Let's Talk Really Precious. So, today I'm going to be doing the tarot card reading video on Carol G. So, to those of you who don't know, Carol G is a very popular Latin pop or reggaeton artist who was in a very public and very high publicized relationship with the reggaeton rapper known as Anuel AA. Now, Anuel AA has been in the news for like the past 2 weeks about his new relationship and marriage to Yailin La Masvidal, as well as being in the news for having a newborn baby that was born a few days after he announced his marriage to Yailin La Masvidal. But I also want to do this video on Carol G because it's been speculated, and I did read in my last video that there is some tension between them two. It's like Yailin La Masvidal has a lot to prove to people, but she's also kind of like not in the best spirits and the best thought processes about Carol G. And Carol G is not really the biggest fan of Yailin La Masvidal either. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull on some of the questions that I received about Carol G and see what Spirit has to say about Carol G and her thoughts on Annual AA and Yailin La Masvidal. Okay, so Spirit of the Universe, Universal in the Self, when it comes to Carol G, is she happy without Annual AA, or does she want to be in a relationship with Annual AA again? Spirit is saying that she would like to be in a relationship with him again, but she feels like it'll just be too much drama. Because one thing I'll say is that when I first saw Annual AA in a relationship with Carol G, I felt like it was two different worlds colliding with each other. I'm not going to say it was in a bad way because they were cute and you could tell that they were really in love, but it just seems like they didn't have the same personalities. Because Carol G seems like this really sweet, nice girl who's all about working hard and persevering her spirit and persevering her career. And anyway, he looks like, the hood dude who just wants to have fun, make his money, and just live his life pretty much. And he's not all about, goals and ooh la la and looking good for people. He's more so of him being himself. But yeah, Carol G, she does want to be in a relationship with AA again, but it seems like it'll just be too much drama for her because she feels like due to the high publicity of him being in the news. And I mean, she's a highly publicized artist as well, but it just seems like since it's been so long since they've been together and things have changed with them, career wise, personality wise, and people wise, it would just be too much for her to handle and and it would just be too much for her to try to rekindle or to even deal with like this newfound publicity or like the new feeling or the new energy of it all. Okay, so the second question that I'm going to ask is how does she feel? And I know I asked this question in the last video, but I'm going to go ahead and say it again. So, Spirit of the Universe, Universe Self, when it comes to Carol G, how does she feel about Yailin La Masvidal and Annual AA being together? Is she here for it? Does she support it? Or does she want things to end because she feels like he deserves better? Okay, Spirit is saying that she feels like he deserves so much better. And the reason why she's saying this is because she feels as though Yailin La Masvidal is only trying to get fame off of him, which she's getting because I mean, before her highly publicized relationship with Annual AA, that's what she's been getting so far is a lot of fame, a lot of clout, a lot of people looking at her, listening to her, and of course, her crazy antics about people not outshining her or trying to do her same look while she's performing or even being in the same vicinity as her. But yeah, she feels as though this relationship is a definite no go, that these two should not be together, mainly because Yailin Masvidal comes off as like a little girl to her. She comes off as somebody who is very influential, but at the same time, she's like underdeveloped. It's not as if she has all of her marbles together mental wise, or she doesn't have a good sense of self. She feels as though Why should somebody like Annual AA, who's such an established artist, an established person, be with someone like this? And now he has two kids. Because a lot of times they say when a person is, a father or mother, whatever, they tend to have some maturity about them. And that's how she feels about Annual AA. It's like, come on, you're a dad, you're a rapper, you're pretty much, in a high publicized position. Like, you don't have to want for anything. You don't have to strive too hard. It's like you know how to work hard and you know how to get your fame. Me and you were at like the height of reggaeton back in 2018 and 2017. So it's like we've pretty much come a long way. So like why are you messing with somebody who's like beneath you in some way? So Carol G definitely feels like this is not the right woman for him. Okay, so the next question that I'm going to ask about Carol G and how she feels about the motives behind the marriage. Because a lot of people have been saying that Yailin la más viral. Now, I'm going to give out a quick disclaimer that, and you guys can pretty much send me questions in the chat as I'm doing this live, because a lot of people have been saying that Yailin la más viral is pretty much marrying Annual AA because she wants American citizenship. Like I told you guys before, that I don't do research on anybody before I read. The only reason why I know of Carol G anyway, because I listen to reggaeton music, but other than that, I don't really do a lot of research on the people that I read because my messages, of course, come from spirit. But with Annual AA and Yailin La Masvidal, a lot of people have been saying that Yailin La Masvidal is only marrying Annual AA for papers or for citizenship in the United States. And I know that UAA is Puerto Rican. And of course, when you're a Puerto Rican, whether born on the island or in the mainland United States, you're an American citizen. But Yailin Lamas Vidal is Dominican. I'm not sure if she is Dominican Republic born or she's Dominican American where she was born here. But let's see what Carol G pretty much has to say or what she thinks are the motives behind Yailin Lamas Vidal and UAA getting married. She feels like the whole marriage is a joke, that it's not real, and that there pretty much isn't, anything serious or concrete about this marriage. Like, yes, it's real love. She can tell it's real love and there's real attraction there. But she's also sensing that it's just the marriage thing is just not real. She feels like it's more so for clout and more so for entertainment purposes, but it's not like it's a concrete thing or something that's going to really last long. Now, as far as the citizenship part, she's pretty much saying that it's not for citizenship. It's pretty much for clout. It's pretty much for attention. Because, I mean, Yailin La Masvidal, her name pretty much says it. Yailin, the most viral. So she's pretty much doing what she wants to do to become viral. So yeah, Carol G pretty much thinks this whole thing is a joke, that it's not really anything to take seriously or really anything to like kind of bat an eye at or anything. Now, the last question that I'm going to ask is, now I'm going to go away from the relationship portion and now I'm going to pretty much deal with Carol G and her feelings career wise. So let's kind of steer clear away from Annual AA and Yailin La Masvidal and kind of go towards her career. So, Spirit of the Universe in itself, when it comes to Carol G and her career, where does she want her career to go? She pretty much wants her career to be in like a pop star. She pretty much wants her career to pretty much be in like a pop star arena. It's like she's been a Latin artist for so long, but she really sees the potential of her crossing over into pop. She has the look, she has the hair, she has the style, and she pretty much has like a lot of admiration for pop music, but she also knows that she has that versatility because the Spanish language can be suited and it could fit on any genre of music. Spanish can work in rock, it can work in pop, it can work in R&B. It can just work on a lot of different things. So she pretty much knows that her career can be very versatile because she knows she can do pop, she can do slow songs, love songs, reggaeton songs, and just all these different sounds. And plus, her and a member from the group known as Rebelde. Okay, Eli, I see your question. I'm going to ask that next. And I know she did a song with one of the members from Rebelde, and I can't remember her name, but Rebelde, as you guys know, was the popular Mexican group that had like the TV show called Rebelde on Univision, and they were also a real group known as Rebelde or RBD, and they lasted a long time. I remember they used to be my favorite group because they had a song called Bésame Sin Miedo and Tu Amor, and I think that was kind of like on their last album or on their second to last album. And Rebelde was pretty much a pop, rock, Latin group. And when you think about it, Carol G has the similar sound and similar taste, and she can pretty much have the same success that they had back then. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and ask Eli's question. Spirit of the universe in itself, when it comes to Carol G, will she be in love soon or will she have a boyfriend? Spirit is saying the boyfriend that she has, it won't be for long. Because what I'm getting is that Carol G is going to have some admirers and she may have like a fling or two, or more so of like an acquaintance. But it's pretty much saying that she's just more so focused on her career because like it's saying here she's more focused on like her energy and her being more palpable to people and her gaining more followers and more listeners, but it's saying that she's pretty much more focused on self-love and self-work and self-empowerment and just really getting that type of energy out there, bringing more love and more prosperity and more things into fruition, like her goals, her passions, and her desires. Okay, so Dea Mystic Reads would like to know, will Carol and AA ever make another song together? Okay. Spirit of the universe self, when it comes to Carol and AA, will they ever make another song together? Spirit is saying no. Spirit is saying no, not right now. And if they was to make another song together, it would be a long time from now. Because it's like they're just in two different places in their life. Because Angel AA is, of course, in a highly publicized relationship, now marriage to Yailin La Masvidal. And as I mentioned before in the last video that I did on their relationship and the video that I'm doing right now, it's like the relationship is more focused on Yailin because Yailin is a new artist and she's trying to garner more attention, garner more success, and garner more fans and really like find her sound, like find her moment. So Annual AA is more so focused on her and not so much on him because he has a career and whatnot. But it's like with her, she's like the centerfold. She's like the centerpiece, the one that really matters right now. So that's pretty much where that stands. With Carol G, as I mentioned before, she's more focused on being a pop artist, having that crossover to American music listeners. Because you guys know how, like, Becky G, and this is so funny about Becky G. When Becky G first got started, she was a rapper. Like Becky G didn't do a lot of singing and all this like pop stuff that she was doing. Like Becky G started off as a rapper, and I guess somebody must have told her that rapping really wasn't the best thing. And I don't know if it had anything to do with her being Mexican or if it had anything to do with like her just not being able to fit into that rapper mode or image. But she started off as a rapper and then she became like a singer. And I remember she did a lot of pop songs, like Singing in the Shower was a popular one. And then it's like when Latin music became really popular in 2017, 2018, she had that song with Anuel AA and Prince Royce. And what is the name of that song? Like, you guys tell me in the comment section what's the name of the song. I'm about to sing it. It goes like, it's like da 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 cuando tú y yo éramos amantes. Like, I don't know the song. That's one of my favorite songs that they had back then. But she was on this song. And then I remember she did a song with Nati Nash called Sin Pajamas, and she did a lot of other songs that were Latin based. But yeah, it's like with Becky G, it seems like Carol G is gonna have like the same transition. It's like she started off as like a Latin artist, and then now she's gonna go more mainstream and more pop. So that's pretty much where she's gonna go. But yeah, when it comes to Carol G and NYAA, it's gonna be a long time, like far long, before they do another song together. Boobaloo, yes, that's the name of that song. That was my favorite song back then. Like, they killed it back then. But and I wish they would do more group songs like that. I know I'm going off topic and everything, but it's like in 2018, like the group Latin songs, they were like, you know how DJ Khaled has a song with like everybody on it. It's like back then, that's what they did with the Latin songs. And a lot of those groupings was like really good. Cause that one had Carol G, Prince Royce, and anyway AA on it. Then they had another song that had Prince Royce and J Balvin and Bad Bunny on that one. And I can go on and on and on about this, but 2018, I felt like that was the best year of like reggaeton music because they had like the best mixes and the best like group songs back then. Okay, so does anybody else have any questions about Carol G or Carol G and AA? Okay, well, since there isn't any more questions, well, I'm just going to pause for a moment to see if anybody has any questions about like Carol G or anything. And here's one thing I'm going to start doing. So before I do like celebrity readings, I'm going to do a post on my page and I'm going to put a picture of a celebrity. And I want you guys to like comment with your questions like underneath the post and let me know what you guys want me to ask Spirit about these artists. Okay, Eli, let it rip. They will see each other or they will talk again. Okay. Spirit of the universe self, when it comes to Carol G and Angel AA, will they see each other again or will they talk again? Yes or no? Spirit is pretty much saying yes, they will talk again, but they will talk to each other more so in passing and not private conversations because, like I mentioned before, it's like before they started off as like colleagues because they were in like the Latin music arena and a lot of their friends was pretty much each other friends, so they had connections and then they became friends and then lovers. And now it's more so of acquaintances. They're more so of each other's acquaintance than friends, if not anything at all. So with Carol G and Annual AA, they're no longer together and they're not friends anymore. So they're pretty much just acquaintances. So they will see each other and they will talk again, but it'll be more so on like a high and by and an acquaintance level and not anything deeper or more personal than that. Okay. Carol G saying, oh no, Eli, you can pretty much ask as many questions as you want to. I like this. Okay, Day of Music Reads said, oh, Carol G sang one of her and Annual AA songs in a recent concert. Yeah, I think I remember that. It was that song that, oh, I think it was called China. I think, and I remember she rapped his part. Yeah, I remember that. How did he feel about that, or if he felt anything at all? Okay, that's a good question. Cause yeah, I do remember that. Okay, Spirit of the Universe, Universal Self. When it comes to Annual AA, how did he feel when Carol G sang his verse in that song China that they did together? So Spirit is pretty much saying he thought it was cute and everything, but it's like he doesn't really care. It's like he knows that they've done like a lot of songs together and stuff, and when it comes to concerts and everything, that she's not gonna be rude. It's like of course she's gonna sing his part and she's gonna sing her part because they had like one of the most popular parts on that song. But yeah, it's like, okay, it's cute. She's singing my part and everything. And yeah, we were together at that time. But other than that, he's just like, it is what it is. Eli, okay. Annual's mom loves Carol G. Sorry to ask so much. Okay, so you want to know if Annual's mom still loves Carol G or if she ever loved her? Let's actually look into that family thing because I really want to look into. I might have to do a separate video on that about the woman who just had a baby by Annual AA. They say she's like a Colombian social media influencer and she lives in Dallas, Texas or Houston, Texas, and she had a baby girl is by Annual AA. So this would be like Annual AA's second child and it was a girl. Okay, does she have a relationship with the artist that called? Okay, let me answer the mom question first. Okay, Spirit of the Universe, Universe in itself. When it comes to Annual AA's mom, does she love Carol G or did she ever love Carol G? Spirit is saying that she did love Carol G and she still loves Carol G and she wished that her and Annual AA would have stayed together, but she knew that Carol G was gonna find better. Because the thing is with this relationship, it's like things really just fizzled out and they didn't work. And it's obvious that these two made it work for the time being, but it's just like the personalities just were a little off. It's like the goals and stuff were just different, and the directions that they were going into at the time was just like separating and going their own way. So yeah, Angela AA's mom really loved Carol G and really thought that she was gonna be the one, but Spirit is saying is that she knew that Carol G thought better and wanted better. It's not like she hated Anyway and didn't think he was good enough, but she just knew that she couldn't hold herself back or stay like slumped in a relationship that she just wasn't going to grow in and go far in. Okay, so Eli, does she have a relationship with an artist that's called Feed? Okay. Spirit of the Universe, Universe Self, when it comes to Carol G, does she have a relationship with the artist called Feed? Spirit is saying yes, she does, but it's more so platonic than it is romantic. Spirit is saying that she doesn't have like any feelings for him at all romantically, but it's like friendship wise, yes. As far as like budding, like a relationship budding, like love budding and what, there's some flutters here and there, some flirtations going on, and some kidding around and whatnot, but it's nothing serious. And you guys can ask me as many questions as you want to, so don't be afraid to ask me any questions. Okay, yes. Yes, I love to see that video when you make it. Yeah, because my thing is when it came to this like woman, because I found this out on like, how did I find out that Annual AA had another baby? I don't know if I was online doing research, and now there's a lot of like TikTok gossipers and whatnot that have been giving information. But yeah, it's like, oh, Annual AA just had a new baby, and she's the daughter of Annual AA, and this mystery woman. Okay. What Annual AA's mom thinks about Yailin La Masvidal? Okay, good question. Spirit of the universe self, when it comes to Yailin La Masvidal, how does Annual AA's mom feel about her? Okay, y'all, so I'm about to be blunt honest about what Spirit just told me. So, Annual AA's mom pretty much feels like she's not a good fit for him, but she's entertaining. And she also feels like she is more entertaining and more interesting than Carol G. It's like Angel AA's mom doesn't think Yailin Lamas Vidal is that bad or is like a crook or anything like that. But she sees her as like this sweet girl that's like really trying to make it and really trying to like humble herself and find her fit and everything. But anyway, his mom pretty much has this like this loving feel, like accepting feel towards like Yailin La Masvidal. So yeah, it's like his mom knows like, okay, she may not be the perfect fit, but she is entertaining. She's funny, she has a good laugh, she likes to have a good time, she likes to party. And she feels like she's a good fit for Annual AA people wise, like friendship wise and stuff, but not like love or relationship, because she can't even see this being like a serious marriage between like her and AA. It's like the mom will say publicly, oh, like my son really loves her, they're gonna be together, blah blah blah. She's gonna say that just for the cameras, but it's like deep down inside she knows like, this is like a little girl compared to Carol G. Like she's not gonna know what to do in a marriage to take care of like husband and kids and stuff like that. And I'm not saying that, every woman that's married has to be in a traditional marriage role as a wife, but it's obvious that even though Annual AA comes off as like this street dude, that's a reggaeton rapper and he raps about sex and drugs and stuff. When you look at his parents, like they're like humble, sweet people. Like they really are. They don't come off as, like the hood parents and stuff that had to go through a lot just to, make sure ends meet, and their kids decided to become rappers or like drug dealers and stuff like that just to make it. It really does seem like Anglo AA's parents are like humble, sweet, down to earth people. And Anglo AA, he liked to rap, he was good at it, and that's the career he made out of it. Well, Yailin and Anglo AA end up having a kid together. Yes. Yep. And Spirit is saying that it's gonna be soon too. That she's not going to spare the fact of him of having a baby with him, because a lot of women know that when you're in like a high publicized relationship with a man and you're garnering all this attention and he already has a kid and then he just had a kid with another woman that wasn't his wife or whatever, like she knows she has it in the bag. Like yeah, she's definitely going to try to have a kid, and Spirit is saying that it's not gonna be long before she's pregnant. So yeah, they are gonna strive to have a kid, and it's gonna be soon because she knows that she has the fame of being with him. Now they're married, and she's gonna top it off with the baby too. And I'm hearing that it's gonna be multiple kids too. It's like she's in this thing for the long haul. Like so she thinks. Now anyway, AA, he's more so, I want to say he's more so confused about the whole ordeal. Like even though he agreed to it and everything, it's like with her, she has a confusing spirit. It's like yeah they mesh, and yeah they go together and everything, but it's like he's kind of confused by her because he knows that her image is to be like this hardcore rapper, but it's like she's like sweet inside and like the complete opposite of what she tries to maintain. And it's like he's going to have he's going to have kids with her, but he's like, she's got to be sure of herself and like get her act together and stuff, because if not, it won't be long before he leaves her. Because I'm hearing him say like, she needs to get her act together. Like she needs to decide who she wants to be and make up her mind about her personality and her spirit. Because it's like you can't keep confusing people and confusing me about who you are and what you want and stuff. Like if you want me, stay with me. You want kids with me, let's do that. But if you want to be this hardcore rapper, you're gonna have to ride it all the way out and stop pretending. But yeah, it's saying that they are gonna have kids, and I'm seeing it's gonna be multiple kids too, not just one. But yeah. How are Carol G's emotions right now? Happy or sad? She's happy, pretty much. She's not sad, she's not mad or anything like that, but she does see how it's affecting her. She sees how it's affecting more so of her career and her image. Like Carol G has a solid spirit. Like even though she comes off as sweet and smart, her energy and her spirit is like the best. And she's mature. She's able to move on and be in good spirits about things. But she sees how like every time Annual AA is in the news, people think about them. People think about how they were together and how she feels about the whole breakup and him being with somebody new and moved forward and moved on, without her, and didn't even get married to her. Because I think Carol G and A, I think they got engaged, but it didn't go any further than that. But yeah, Carol G's emotions are solid, and it's not even forced. It's like this maturity and this sense of moving on and being like put together. It's like she's fine with it. She's like, I'm cool, I'm okay, I can get another man anyway, he's not the only one. But she sees how it's affecting her image and her career, because they're artists, and when they were together they made a lot of money and a lot of music together. And when those songs and stuff come out, people are expecting her to either sing along to Anglo AA's parts or cut them out, or because people are going to come for a show to see her reaction, so she knows she has to play along with it to maintain her image. Okay, so does anybody else have any other questions? Okay, so since there aren't any more questions, I'm going to go ahead and end this live. So be sure to hit like, leave a comment in the comment section, and let me know what other artists you want me to read about. But also, don't forget to subscribe and to share my videos on all public platforms. Have a good day.